recent interview was released. He says that in case of medical impediment, he has already signed his resignation and has given it to one of the Vatican cardinals.
To take advantage of this occasion and then to be present and to continue our work together.
The Catholic Church is at a crossroads. As the world watches closely, three strong contenders, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, and Cardinal Peter Turkson, are ready to take the crown. Each carries a unique vision. Tagle's compassionate bridge building, Parolin's diplomatic mastery, and Turkson's passionate commitment to social justice and sustainability. The future of the Vatican Church is uncertain. The next pope may not just lead the church, but redefine its role in a fractured world. Who will it be? The power play begins. At 87, Pope Francis has become a living icon of the changing dynamics within the Catholic Church. As one of the most influential religious leaders in the world, his health has become an important concern for both the Vatican and millions of faithful around the globe. Pope Francis, who assumed the papacy in 2013 at the age of 76, has been battling a range of health issues in recent years, which have raised questions about his ability to continue carrying out his papal duties. The concerns started to rise when, in January 2024, Pope Francis experienced a particularly worrying health episode. After suffering from the flu, he was rushed to Gemelli Hospital in Rome for diagnostic tests following a public appearance where he appeared visibly weary. This incident was a wake-up call of the toll that age and illness can take on even the most powerful figures in the world. What's more concerning, however, is that Pope Francis, who has previously undergone several undisclosed abdominal surgeries, continues to face significant health challenges. In 2021, he underwent surgery for an intestinal issue, and just last year, in 2023, he had another abdominal surgery. These surgeries, alongside ongoing health concerns such as a recent lung infection and bouts of bronchitis, have left the Pope more frail, requiring him to use a wheelchair during official duties. Now, being in wheelchairs means a lack of energy and passion. Consider it or not, the physical and mental demands of the papacy are immense. In addition to the duties of guiding over 1.3 billion Catholics, Pope Francis also plays a key diplomatic role, maneuvering the complex relationships between the Vatican, global leaders, and millions of people worldwide. These responsibilities, coupled with his own health battles, have understandably begun to take a toll on his capacity to perform at his usual level. His recent inability to complete a speech due to a bout of bronchitis only adds to the growing concern about his health. As Pope Francis faces health challenges, speculation about his potential resignation has grown. Unlike his predecessors, he has openly discussed stepping down if his health prevents him from fulfilling his duties. This contrasts with Pope Benedict XVI, who made history in 2013 as the first pope in nearly 600 years to resign, setting a new precedent for future pontiffs. This raises the question, will Pope Francis follow in his footsteps? While speculation about Pope Francis's potential resignation intensifies, the Vatican has already begun preparing for what could be a historic leadership transition. The role of the papal conclave in selecting a new pope has never been more crucial. Tasked with choosing a leader who can both uphold the Church's vision and tackle the complex global challenges ahead, the conclave's decision will be pivotal. With Pope Francis's health deteriorating, the urgency surrounding this transition continues to grow. Now, because the Catholic Church faces mounting challenges, both from within and outside, it is crucial that the next leader continues to address issues such as climate change, social inequality, and global conflicts. The Pope's successor must be someone who can balance the deep-rooted traditions of the Church with the rapidly evolving needs of the modern world. Considering the high stakes, could the next pope be someone who continues Francis's progressive path? Or will the Church look for a leader with a different vision? And who will step into the shoes of a pope who reshaped the direction of the Catholic Church? We already have some nominees. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Asia's Pope Francis. When we talk about the next pope, the name of Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the Filipino prelate often titled Asia's Pope Francis, comes to mind instantly. With his global appeal, progressive views, and compassionate approach to leadership, Tagle is considered one of the leading contenders, or papabili, for the papacy. Born in Manila in 1957, he was ordained a priest in 1982 and quickly rose through the ranks of the Church. Known for his intellect, humility, and pastoral care, Tegel's journey within the church has been one of dedication to the faith and a strong commitment to serving the marginalized. Cardinal Tegel's early theological training, both in the Philippines and abroad, laid the foundation for his distinguished career. He became the Archbishop of Manila in 2011 and was made a cardinal by Pope Benedict XVI in 2012. As the Archbishop of Manila, he became known for his inclusive leadership, emphasizing social justice and interfaith dialogue. Tegel's humble demeanor and dedication to healing societal wounds have earned him widespread admiration. His leadership style, which mirrors Pope Francis's own pastoral approach, places a premium on compassion, service, and unity. But Cardinal Tegel's appeal lies not just in his intellect, but in his pastoral leadership. Much like Pope Francis, Tegel is deeply concerned with the challenges faced by the poor and marginalized. His commitment to addressing social issues, poverty, inequality, and human rights, aligns with Pope Francis's vision of a church that stands as a voice for the voiceless. Cardinal Tegel's focus on inclusivity is central to his leadership approach. He actively works to bridge divides, not only within the Catholic community, but also with other faiths. One of Tegel's most notable qualities is his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. His public engagements reflect his deep understanding of the challenges faced by communities in the Philippines and beyond. Whether addressing the poor in the slums or engaging in high-level dialogues with global leaders, Tegel's empathy and humility shine through. This pastoral approach to leadership, focusing on healing, compassion, and the dignity of the human person, has made him a beloved figure in the global church. As the church contemplates its future, Cardinal Tegel's leadership style is particularly appealing to a generation of Catholics who are looking for a pope who embodies both tradition and progress. His approach mirrors the progressive values championed by Pope Francis, particularly in the areas of social justice, environmental advocacy, and the inclusion of marginalized groups. Tegel's leadership in the church has made him a powerful symbol of inclusivity, particularly in Asia, where Catholicism is experiencing rapid growth. There is another thing in favor of his nomination: his role in highlighting the importance of the Global South in the future of the Catholic Church. In a time when the Catholic Church's influence in Europe and the Americas is waning, Tegel's leadership offers a fresh perspective, one that looks to the future with hope and optimism. His approach to leadership focuses on listening to the voices of the young, the poor, and the oppressed. In doing so, he is helping to shape a church that is more attuned to the needs and realities of the modern world. If Cardinal Tegel were to ascend to the papacy, he would bring with him a unique vision for the church's future, one that emphasizes inclusivity, global engagement, and social justice. His potential to continue Pope Francis's legacy, particularly in fostering interfaith dialogue and addressing global issues such as climate change, makes him an exciting candidate. Tegel's leadership would not only strengthen the Catholic Church's presence in Asia, but also extend its reach to communities around the world that are in need of compassionate, visionary leadership. With Tegel's strong alignment with Pope Francis's values, could he be the one to lead the Church into a new era? But before we reach any conclusions, there's another contender for the papacy: Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican's diplomatic strength. Next to Pope Francis, Cardinal Pietro Parolin holds the second most powerful office within the Catholic Church as the Vatican's Secretary of State. Widely regarded for his exceptional diplomatic expertise, Parolin's role shapes not only the Vatican's foreign relations, but also its broader geopolitical influence. As a seasoned diplomat, he has been instrumental in maintaining the Church's global presence, mapping out complex political landscapes with finesse. Given his extensive experience and influence, many have speculated that Parolin might emerge as a prominent candidate for the papacy in the near future. Cardinal Parolin's diplomatic acumen is unrivaled. His extensive background in international relations has established him as a key figure in global diplomacy, particularly in crises involving the Church. Parolin's ability to build bridges between the Vatican and world leaders has been integral to his success. For example, his recent visit to Lebanon during a period of escalating tensions with Israel highlighted his expertise in managing sensitive political situations. Parolin's reputation as a Middle East expert, honed over decades, has placed him at the forefront of international peace efforts. As conflicts continue to ravage the region, Parolin's diplomatic efforts remain vital in striving for peace. emphasizing the Vatican's role as a moral force in global conflict resolution. In addition to the Middle East, Parolin has worked tirelessly on numerous global issues, including climate change and interfaith relations. His advocacy for peace, particularly in regions torn by violence, exemplifies his broader vision for the Church's role in fostering dialogue and reconciliation. Parolin's leadership is not just confined to religious matters. It extends to strategic negotiations, often positioning the Vatican as a neutral mediator in international conflicts. But this is not all. One of Parolin's most significant contributions has been strengthening the Vatican's relationships with countries such as China and Russia. The Vatican's diplomatic ties with China, particularly in the realm of bishop appointments, reflect Parolin's strategic approach to fostering cooperation between the Holy See and state authorities. Parolin's role in facilitating these complex negotiations underlines his ability to balance the Church's spiritual mission with practical, geopolitical considerations. In a similar vein, Parolin has played a key role in the Vatican's outreach to Russia, a country with which it has historically had tense relations. His diplomatic efforts aim to build understanding and collaboration, reinforcing the Vatican's global position as a source of moral guidance and international peacebuilding. It is not just Parolin's approach to diplomacy that emphasizes the need for engagement with governments of varying political and ideological orientations, but Parolin's ability to bridge divides has proven indispensable in maintaining the Vatican's global influence. His leadership ensures that the Church remains an active and relevant player on the world stage, not only through its religious mission, but also through its contributions to global stability and peace. It's clear that Parolin's potential papacy could signal a shift in the Church's approach to global issues, focusing more on diplomatic engagement and conflict resolution. Given his extensive experience in managing high-stakes negotiations, Parolin is uniquely equipped to navigate the complex challenges facing the Church today. His leadership could offer a more authoritative approach, one that contrasts with the more consultative style of Pope Francis, ensuring that the Church retains its influence in an increasingly polarized world. Could Cardinal Parolin be the one to address internal Church struggles and global political crises? If he's the one to carry on Pope Francis's legacy, where does that leave Cardinal Peter Turkson, the next strong contender for the papacy? Cardinal Peter Turkson, the advocate for social justice. In third place is Cardinal Peter Turkson, a Ghanaian-born cardinal who has emerged as one of the Vatican's most influential figures on social justice, environmentalism, and human rights. Born in 1948 in Western Ghana, Turkson's formative years in a developing country profoundly shaped his understanding of global inequalities and the importance of justice for all. His journey from Ghana to becoming one of the leading voices in Vatican diplomacy began with his appointment as the president of the Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace in 2009. In this capacity, Turkson was able to make substantial contributions to global discussions on poverty, social inequality, and the environment. As his prominence grew within the Vatican, so did his commitment to bringing the Church to the forefront of addressing these critical global issues. Building on his deep sense of social responsibility, Cardinal Turkson has become a key figure in the Vatican's advocacy for environmental sustainability. His pivotal role in the drafting of Pope Francis's 2015 encyclical, Laudato Si, underscored his dedication to addressing the environmental challenges that threaten humanity, especially the poor. Further, Turkson's voice at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Paris that same year reinforced his commitment to a more sustainable future, emphasizing the moral imperative of protecting the environment for future generations. He strongly advocated for global agreements aimed at curbing environmental destruction, particularly in areas of the world where communities are most vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. At the same time, Turkson has tirelessly worked to highlight the intersection of environmental and social issues, calling for action to address the economic and human consequences of environmental degradation. His advocacy for human rights has focused particularly on poverty alleviation, migration, and the protection of marginalized communities. He has consistently championed the dignity of refugees, urging the global community to adopt more compassionate migration policies. His focus on these issues reflects a broader belief that the Church must take a more active role in addressing systemic inequalities and ensuring that the most vulnerable are not left behind. Cardinal Turkson's candidacy also signifies a powerful shift in the Vatican, as his leadership reflects the growing influence of African Catholicism. As the first cardinal from sub-Saharan Africa to reach such prominence, his role is symbolic of the rising importance of the Global South in Vatican affairs. Africa's Catholic population is growing rapidly, and Turkson's leadership would bring attention to the specific challenges faced by developing nations, such as economic inequality, migration, and the effects of climate change. Not only his influence, but Turkson's background, rooted in Africa's challenges and opportunities, allows him to offer a unique perspective on the Church's global mission. His candidacy represents not only the voice of African Catholics, but also the increasing role of the Global South in shaping the future of the Church. His rise within the Church signals a shift in priorities, where the concerns of the Global South, including issues of social justice, economic disparity, and migration, take center stage. Looking ahead, Cardinal Turkson's vision for the Church is centered around the idea of a more socially and environmentally conscious institution. He envisions a Church that not only nurtures spiritual life, but also actively works to solve some of the world's most pressing challenges. Also, his emphasis on the need for global cooperation to combat climate change aligns with Pope Francis's broader agenda of creating a culture of care for the planet. Furthermore, Turkson's work on social justice highlights his commitment to building a Church that is more responsive to the needs of the world's poor and marginalized communities. Looking at these qualities, Cardinal Turkson seems like a natural contender for the papacy. But in an era defined by global challenges, does his dedication to social justice, environmental care, and the Global South position him as the Church's next leader? As the Church faces these crucial decisions, the question remains, who will lead the change? Who will lead the change? The selection of the next pope is pivotal, shaping the future direction of the Church. Three leading candidates, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, and Cardinal Peter Turkson, bring distinct strengths that could guide the Church through contemporary challenges. Cardinal Tagle, Archbishop of Manila, is widely recognized for his inclusive and compassionate leadership style. His focus on healing and outreach would likely resonate deeply, especially in Asia, where the Church is experiencing significant growth. His approach mirrors Pope Francis's emphasis on mercy, pastoral care, and connecting with people from all walks of life, potentially uniting the global Church. In contrast, Cardinal Parolin, the Vatican's Secretary of State, brings unparalleled diplomatic expertise. His vast experience in managing international relations, particularly in conflict zones, makes him an ideal candidate to navigate the Church's role in global politics. Parolin's diplomatic approach could help bolster the Church's influence in worldwide affairs, especially during times of geopolitical tension. Meanwhile, Cardinal Turkson stands out for his unshakable focus on social justice, environmental sustainability, and human rights. His leadership could significantly enhance the Church's engagement with pressing global issues, such as climate change and economic inequality. His deep connection to Africa and his commitment to advocating for marginalized communities could inspire a renewed global perspective on the Church's mission. While each candidate brings unique qualities to the table, the question remains, which one is most suited for the challenges of the modern Church? As we look to the future, it is clear that the Catholic Church will have to adapt to a rapidly changing global landscape. The Church is seeing growing populations in regions such as Asia, Africa, and Latin America, and the next pope must represent this diversity while continuing the vision set forth by Pope Francis. The next leader will need to maintain a balance between tradition and reform, ensuring that the Church remains relevant while meeting the needs of a changing world. Moving further, global issues such as poverty, climate change, and migration will demand the next pope's attention. The Catholic Church's role in advocating for the marginalized and addressing pressing social justice concerns will be crucial in maintaining its moral authority. The next pope must also find ways to address the evolving needs of the faithful, ensuring that the Church remains a beacon of hope in an increasingly complex and divided world. Ultimately, the selection of the next pope will shape not only the direction of the Catholic Church, but also its role in the broader global context. The Church's ability to balance tradition with reform, diplomacy with advocacy, and inclusivity with global leadership will define its future. After a clear projection of each candidate's vision, the future of the Catholic Church hinges on whether Pope Francis is ready to follow in Pope Benedict's footsteps and step aside, paving the way for a new dynamic leader. If Pope Francis is ready to pass the torch to a more energetic, transformative candidate, who will it be? The answer could reshape the church for generations. What's your take? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe to stay ahead of the curve.